But let's get it started. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We've already been talking. Fuck this. Let's talk about it. Um, so we're supposed to talk about King Khan tonight and how he, contributed to how certain things work and everything like that. So welcome to Join the Raid. I'm your co-host Terry, my co-host Mr. Savage. We talk about life, culture, society. There's no lines. We have lines, obviously, because we do live stream this on Twitch and YouTube, but soon that might be changing. So then we can cross all the lines we want to talk about all the conversations I really want to talk about and do it and dive into. But yeah, we were supposed to talk about Genghis Khan tonight, but honestly, fuck it, we're not doing that. We're going to talk about everything and anything. Tiptoe the lines is correct, JR. Tiptoe the lines is correct, and I'm getting really fucking tired of it. So yeah, what's something you want to talk about, Savage? Like you just your hand, just rattle it the fuck off, and let's just go with it. Because I dictate a lot, so let's just see what you got.
Okay, why do you think certain things you for me it's like, certain things I'll be drawn to, like I'll have a fiery passion, say like for me I'm a big fan of God of War, and I love like the actual story. And if you like pay attention to the most recent God of Wars, there's like it's not just all about revenge, it's actually about family, passion, all that stuff, redemption arcs, all that stuff. Why do you think people are drawn to that kind of stuff though? If like for me it's kind of like, oh, that'd be cool, but it's not real, at least in terms of the game.
I think that most people are drawn to it because it's an interesting story. One, I think most people wish they could be like Kratos, because be like to people that did them wrong, actually do them wrong, not just talk shit, be petty and things like that everybody does with day to day because they're big ass bitches and want to hold grudges. But I'm talking about they fucking betrayed them so deep that it shifted their fucking lives across the board. That's what I think people are drawn to, because they want to have that release, that type of, how do I say this? Type of revenge in their own sense, and come with someone that has went out and did the fucking shit and fucking did some fucking aggressive and unhinged fucking shit because I had the capability to do it. It comes at a cost, and most people don't realize that there's a consequence behind most of their actions when they do certain things of great, anger, vengeance, or even pettiness in any way, shape, or form. So you got to look at it like, do they know their consequences? And even for myself, did I know the consequences at the time? Yes. And did I do it? Yes. And did I fucking go to jail? Yes. And will I do it again? Probably. Because like I said, I have a criminal record. I don't give a fuck. Mine are mainly assaults and things like that. So it's not horrible or terrible. It's just one of those things and then people get the backstory to it, and then like, you got charged for that? Like, yeah, I did. Because even self-defense to a certain degree on somebody else's behalf is you initiating conflict and you initiating, hostile demeanors, and then you follow through with it with an action. It's not a threat anymore. It's actually an assault. Then it's battery in some stance, and every state's fucking different. So before anybody goes like that shouldn't be like that, every state's laws are different, and I need you to look at different laws. So you look at it like that. And I've been in jail a couple times because of fights at bars and things like that, and it wasn't particularly actually my fucking fault, which is fucking wild to believe, and I don't understand why. Because I think, go look back, and I'm looking at it like, how many fucking fights did I fucking start? And it comes up with a big ass goose egg. I'm like, fuck me. But that's just the kind of guy I am. Like, if my boys are in a fucking fight, we fucking swing it out together. We do it. And if you don't understand what that's like or what that means, then people call me fucking an idiot for it, call me retarded for it. But the same difference is, one of those things of you gotta realize that these guys have your back through every fucking thing. Not just your friends that you hang out with every once in a while. These are guys you fucking actually will go to fucking war with, and guys that you know, if you need to call in the middle of the night and say, hey, I actually need you for this, they'll get what they need to get. They'll come over and they'll handle business, you know. And I've learned a lot since being out of the military that not a lot of people are like that at all. So it's just frustrating. And your phone's on loud, by the way.
Yeah, I just heard it. I was waiting for you to finish talking.
But no, it's fine, dude. Just do it on the spot. You know, fuck it.
Yeah.
But you and I think people are missing something from their lives because they don't have anyone like that actually in their life. Because the hard questions to be answered are like, would you, and I think it's funny, everybody's like, would you take a bullet for me? Something like that, something like that. I've taken a bullet for people before. It's not that big of a deal. It's yeah, I think it was 2 relationships ago, she said to me, it's like, don't die for me, but would you live for me and make sure that you stay alive? And it meant a lot to me because I don't hold a lot of value in myself, if anybody really knows that. I hold myself high to high levels and high tier and everything like that. And it's one of those things I I always will, and I won't ever lower my value or tiers to myself for anybody, for any shape or form, for any reason. I don't care if I love you or anything. I'm not lowering myself. And that came from experiences of life and relationships and friendships and like, you know, doing the fucking, you know, be a single person kind of thing and figure out, you know, what my place is anymore. But it's not really how I work. So I can't, you know, lower it all. But, you know, I think if everybody, I mean, every single soul on this fucking planet had one person for them that was actually meaningfully always fucking there for them, if they had the capacity, and I'll say it like that, if they had the capacity to actually be there for them, then I hope they do find it, because it's not really, it's not something you can replicate. It's not something you can emulate. It's not something you can just fake either. Because, you know, Parsifal said, or they're fake. So, but it's not even that. You can wean out the fake people in your life just by being yourself and being honest. Because the fake people get shaky, and there's a simple trick to that too. When they tell you something, wait 5 seconds before you respond. Do that every fucking time, because those fake people, the people that are liars, things like that, in their brain, they tell you, hey, I'm going to tell him this. That way he won't question it because it sounds believable. And if you don't initially react, that means it makes them sweat and think, fuck, how do I go about this a different way? How do I spin this circle a different way? And all you can do is just like wait 5 seconds or so like that, and to just say, just calm as can be. And it fucking works, because then you start to see little cracks in those lies and things like that across the board. And it's funny watching. It's hilarious to watch it happen. So, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but, you know, fake people happen, man. And real friends are hard to find. You're right, Parcel. Real friends are really hard to find. And it's not one of those things of can you find them? It's about our time of when you find them, because everybody finds their groove. Everybody finds their group, you know, in due time. It's never going to be on your time. And I preach that a lot. It's never, ever going to be on your time. Because everything you're going through has a reason for it. No matter what you want, no matter what you say, no matter how hard you work at it, it still takes time, and nothing can ever change that. Nothing's going to change that. Yeah, like, you know, you have a lot of money and things like that. Of course, people will come around. It always happens. You know, the leeches always come. But yeah, Savage.
Yes, sir.
You know me for a good, I think 2, 3 years, 4 years. I can't remember how long now.
About 4 or 5, yeah, I would think.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years. After seeing that, because you met me from when I was actually happy, or I thought I was happy, to in between the mess. Then I disappeared for like a year, and then I came back.
Mm-hmm.
After seeing that little swift transition, what do you think I need to work on, honestly, with my
Well,
life?
to work on. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. To work on. Okay, because you're a man of action. You definitely are. When there's two types of people that speak words, and then there's people that go by action. A lot of times people just talk. They talk up a big game, but they never follow through. You're the opposite. You'll say what you're gonna do, but you actually do go through it. What you need to do, honestly, is what you're doing now. You're keeping busy. You're keeping active. That's good, because I know, like you said, I know you pretty well, and I know you'll go insane if you're not busy, if you're not keeping to a regimen, to a schedule. Um, you just got to keep at it, keep hard, keep working hard, keep hard.
Keep
uh,
hard. Sir,
keep
look,
hard.
look.
That might help.
I know she's not here, but calm down there, Calm down.
Keep working hard. Keep doing what you're doing. You are definitely on the right path. You got a set goal, and you're going to achieve it so long as you keep on this path that you're on.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I try. Most of my plans that I ever put forth are they always fail. And I think it's funny because everybody thinks everything's working out for me in certain ways, shape, or form. Like I told Brandon last night, like so many people on Facebook said, I see your stuff all the time. You're like famous. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I haven't even scratched the surface of doing anything fucking yet. So it's just one of those things of a lot of shit I try fucking doesn't work at all. And I just go back to the drawing board. I sit down. Sometimes it's just me and JR a lot. And I'm just spitballing things. And he'll be like, that's fucking stupid. I'm like, okay. Why is it stupid? And he'll pick it apart. And I'm like, cool, gotcha. Now I have the facts. And then he'll do the same thing to me. And I'm like, that sounds good, but maybe do it like this. And he'd be like, that's dumb. I was like, just try it. And then like one day he's like, I told him, he's like, I don't want to post it. I was like, just fucking do it. What's the worst that can happen? What's the absolute worst that can fucking happen? It gets restricted or banned. Cool. Guess what happens? You still can post shit. It's not banning your account. Just fucking do it. And he's like, why? He said, because if anybody's seen my TikToks, it's fucking funny because I don't attack anybody. I haven't even gone that route yet. But my shit gets banned. My account's been banned twice in the last 3 months. So I'm just like, I don't get it. I'm just literally saying my point of view. But everybody else can say their point of view that's ridiculous and that's harmful. No ban. But I say one that's not contributing to anything harmful, anything bad, anything too negative. I am negative. I do come across as a negative person. So it's just like, what the fuck? How is that how is it not okay? Why is it not okay? And then, I look at it from the social standpoint of, things I say are taken as, extreme measures because I tell people to hold people accountable and not just allow it to happen. I say things like swing first. I'm not meaning physically swing first all the time. Sometimes you need to, because sometimes the only thing that's going to stop people is, a punch in the mouth. But that's just me.
There's situations where you definitely need to, especially if it's in defense of yourself. I think there are cases where you actually have to swing first. If you know the situation is about to get to that point where it's going to get physical, defense is a big thing. You definitely need to take care of yourself. Safety first is my motto in life, really. I don't like to fight, but if it comes down to defending myself, I will.
Don't like to fight still.
Yeah, I don't like to get aggressive with people because I know if I do, it's not going to be pretty.
That's why I always go to this standpoint. because 90% of people can't handle me at my fucking worst, and I know it. I've seen it already. I've already fucking witnessed it. So, I try to hold that side back. And when it does come out, people like to fucking go across the board saying like, "Oh, he's mean, he's too aggressive, he's a fucking bully," things like that. And I'm just looking at it as like, why? Why are you saying I'm a bully? Why are you saying that I'm too aggressive? Is it because you live in a glass house? Is that how you willing to live? Life's gonna hit you in the fucking teeth real fucking hard across the board, and nobody's gonna be there to fucking help you or save you whenever it does come to crumbling down. So, I believe give you the fucking true aspect of it from my perspective. And then if there's facts to back it, I'll give you the fucking facts too. That way, I'm not just saying something and not just regurgitating some stupid fucking ploy from somebody else. It's just, it's my standpoint on it. It's my thoughts. But I'll have something to come behind it. Like, look, this is where I got it from. If you want to read it yourself to interpret it how you want to interpret it, fucking go ahead. Go for it. It's just one of those things. I feel everybody should want a little bit of conflict. A little bit. At the minimum, a little bit. I like and want so much more than I ever have. You saw it in Discord earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was fucking quiet. And in my head, I was like, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. And I just couldn't help it. I was like, why the fuck do you join a voice call to be fucking quiet? So, it's one of those things. And I get it. Some people are busy doing stuff, which is fine, though I wasn't talking to them specifically. So it's just so and the ones that were busy doing stuff, they heard me say it, and they're like, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing this. And I knew it. And then, it just drives me fucking up a goddamn wall.
Oh yeah, it is. It doesn't bother me per se, but it makes me kind of giggle on the inside. It's like, why bother joining if you're not going to actually engage at all? It's like you're being a person, like a peeping Tom. You're just in on the conversation listening, but not saying anything.
Exactly. And then, a conversation started up, and I was like, thank fucking God. Thank God. Because I believe, especially for the podcast Discord, if you jump in there, you have something you want to say. You have something different you want to say, or somebody somewhere else didn't agree with it, and you want to have a true ass fucking standpoint on it of why or who or what differences it is, just to make it seem. Because I'll talk about fucking anything and everything across the board, just like here. But yeah, chat, if you have fucking something you want us to talk about, fucking say it. And I see you here. I see you, Parsifal. But yeah, I saw a couple of things go in there. Let me go to them real quick.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person really that is I don't usually start conversations, but I love engaging with conversations.
Oh, I am aware, and it makes me want to pull my teeth out.
It's a habit I have to try to fix, but there's a lot that goes on in my mind, and I can't always just decide on which one to start off with the conversation.
Anything.
That's the thing, though. I'm thinking about everything all at once, so I
Throw it all out there.
So I have to have someone kind of like an anchor point to start, like right here, so then I can start from there and then chain off.
Yeah, I get that. It's one of those things. I'm just like, just say it. And Ninja said Andrew Tate earlier. Ninja, I don't know if you're still here, but we're going to talk on that a little bit, because I know a lot of people can't stand him. But he has some good messages, though, in some of the stuff he says. Some of it's outlandish. Some of it's far out. I'm just like, most people can't live like that and thrive. They can do it for a short period of time, but they can't. But Andrew Tate, I believe his messages come across as, outlandish, strong, misogynistic, and, narcissistic. But anyone that has money, influence, and things like that tend to sometimes come off the same way, unless they are trying to come across as a very kind person the whole fucking time. Not I mean the whole time. I mean no slip ups in between there. That means even like when they're confronted with people, you know, do they do the nice guy thing, or do they do the I'm going to set my fucking boundaries thing? You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Yeah, you like him, the emotional part. I mean, the emotional parts of him, yes. It's just I enjoy some of his messages too, and a lot of people don't like it because it's him. Just because it's him, most of the time too. He had the best message ever that helps every single soul in the world. But because it's him, nobody's going to take it seriously. Majority of people are going to say it's just narcissistic or misogynistic across the board, which
Mm.
is why I tell people don't judge it, but based on his past, don't judge it based on who he is. Look at the message itself and see if it's important or not, and decipher it and do your own perception of it. Because a lot of things he says is talking about men in the first place. It's and he has a good point. Most men nowadays don't have a fucking backbone
No.
at all. They lack it, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why. Because not much has really fucking changed in the last 15 to 20 years when how men are supposed to interact with the world. Maybe some sensitivity things now here and there, but honestly, I don't think you're required to be sensitive until you have a person that you want to be sensitive for. The children, a significant other, you know, family, things like that. Everyone else kind of like, are they actually going to affect your life or not by being a sensitive person to a complete stranger? I'm not saying be a fucking dick. I'm saying, you don't have to fucking give a shit about every fucking soul there is that walks this earth, because who gives a shit about you from that
Yeah.
standpoint? Are you there making sure you take care of yourself? Are they making sure you hydrate, make sure you get plenty of sleep, making sure you're actually eating and have a roof over your head? Like, no, not everybody. So I know a lot of people are going to come at me for this fucking statement, but it's the truth. Yes, I say treat everyone well, treat everyone, considerate, and don't bash them, especially if it's fucking internet or fucking just anything like that. If your friends, do what the fuck you want. You know your friend dynamic across the board. You know it. Do whatever you do, boo boo. But everything else is I think everyone else needs to know that they need to have a line with generosity and kindness.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree. I see it every day. A good example of this is I saw a video this morning. Guy's pulling out of his driveway. He's gonna drive to work, whatever, in the morning, and there's someone blocking his driveway, exit or entrance, and the guy looks at him directly in the face, and the guy blocking his path just looks at him and does this like, hold on 2 minutes, and he just sits there and lets it happen. And it's like, no, you got to go to somewhere to go, stand your ground, tell him to move. He's blocking your entrance and exit. That's a simple, like, example. It's like he just sat there and just let the guy get away with it, and he proceeded to smoke a cigarette and just sit there. So it wasn't even something important. It's like, stand your ground. Tell the dude to move. It's your drive. Why you can't be blocking it?
Well, there's scenarios like that. For that scenario, I'd go up to him and say, "Hey, I actually have to go somewhere right now. I know you're smoking. I know you might have been driving for a while and you just parked right here, but can you move your car back at
Oh
least
yeah.
this many feet and then fucking so I could dip and then you could just be there? Something simple like that. So he knows you're serious. He knows you're not just a pushover. Because honestly, if somebody's generous and like that, who's gonna fucking say no? That, oh, I can take my time because this guy doesn't mean business. He's not serious at all. That's why demeanor and conviction in what you do and say is more important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, as I said, what big NJ said on YouTube. A big part of it is because they stopped trying because of the women's rights activists. It could be a mix of that, I think, and along with a few other things. That goes with like what you were saying earlier with the how men act today. I think also is social media. With a lot of people, recording things that happen in day to day life, and you only see like parts of the whole situation. So people are more hesitant to act out how they normally would because of repercussions.
Yeah, but there's repercussions to all things of it, because if you don't do something,
Mm-hmm.
say in situations like that, you look like a weak bitch. and everybody's gonna say like, well, why didn't he defend himself? And they look across the board. It's like when people defend themselves, they get villainized, and because they only get part of the story or snippets of it, so they only see like the guy hitting the guy and say, "Oh, that was wrong." And I look at it as like, did you get the full body cam footage and stuff like that? Or did you only get the snippet from this, one YouTuber that's on there and that's it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look at everything because perception only does so much. It only does so much, and it'll only ever do so much across the board. But it is what it is. But let me see. For this one, I would definitely say I always believe standing your ground is the most important thing to do. So make sure that you're not made to look like a joke. Because the moment that you look weak in certain aspects of it, you just taken advantage of across the board in any standpoint. That's not just for men. It's for women too. It's for everybody. The moment you give them a gap across the board of, oh, they let this go. How far can I lean? How much can I push?
Mm-hmm.
And then, what do you get from it? Are you getting like, I get some people get satisfaction from helping others. I'm one of those people. But there's still a fucking limit. You know what I'm saying? No matter fucking what, there's still a goddamn limit across the board. So you got to figure out where your line is. Where do you cross it? And what are you going to do about it? Like recently myself, I chose to detach from certain peoples and just to not even make a statement. Didn't make a statement, didn't say anything, because I tell people all the time, like, you don't have to tell people you don't want to talk to them anymore. Just don't talk to them. So I unfriended people, disconnected from them. I stopped messaging people first across the board just to, one, get a notice for myself of saying, am I fucking actually important enough to fucking keep in their life if I fucking choose not to fucking interact with them over and over again? And two, if they do come to me, is it a help me plea? Am I only that person to only help them with shit? Or is it they actually miss my presence kind of thing? Because you can always tell everything by how they either word it, text it, anything like that if you fucking distance yourself long enough. So I've done that. Some people have fucking noticed instantly. Some people still nothing. And I'm just looking at it as like, that's fine. And I just look at it as like, because I told a couple people this week, some people are meant to be in your life for your lifetime. Some are meant for chapters. Some are meant for seasons. Some are meant for like closing of your book chapters and going on to the next stage. But they're not all built to be there for you for the rest of your fucking life.
It's very true.
I tell people this, like, not every person that's in your life is always going to be there. I'm not talking about, death or anything like that. I'm talking about just in your life in general, because things happen, life happens, people get families, people have medical issues come up, and that comes to absorb their life. I was talking to my friend last week, I think, and she was gaslit because she has a family, 2 kids, husband's overseas or whatever, and he came back. And instead of messaging her friend who kept trying to get her to go out of the house or everything like that, she chose to go spend time with her husband, who she hasn't been around in so fucking long. So I'm like, and then the person saw them out and just literally threw a bitch fit about it. I'm just like, in my head, like, the husband was gone. The husband's back. They haven't seen each other in a long ass time. That supersedes a friend, in my opinion, no matter what. Like, let's use you for example. Okay. You and boss lady are going to get married. If there was a time that you were like, let's say you traveled for work somewhere like that and you were gone for like a month or two and you came back and, I saw that you're back and I was like, cool, I need to do this, that. I was in my head is like, well, he has been gone. I know they can't communicate with each other because if they didn't, then I know then there's something really wrong. So I know they're good. They're out together. It's like I ran across you. Let's say I was like close by and I ran across y'all. I was like, oh, okay. I wouldn't bitch about it. I'd be like, oh, so you're back fucking home. Hope you'll have a good night. I wouldn't even fucking try to stick around because I know that time together since you've been apart is fucking a good thing. Like even when y'all go visit each other, I try my fucking hardest not to fucking message either one of you at all.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's told me it's okay. We can choose not to message back if we want to. I said, no, I don't even want the option to be out there at all. Not at all. If it's something I need from you, I'll wait till like y'all get back home. What are y'all doing? And then I'll message you because it's just a respect thing. Because I didn't get that when I was in a relationship. Because people saw me and my significant other out. They're like, oh, this, a laundry list of shit. I'm just like, bro, you could fucking email me, text me, something like that. Like, don't fucking bring me your shit while I'm fucking trying to relax and enjoy my time with someone. Yeah, and family before friends. Yes, I agree with that to an extent. It matters if you have a good family or not. And that's just me. If you're in one of those relationships where it's not so good, I would say, and things aren't working out the right way, and like things are bad, family before friends does not work out right. Not in my opinion. It's all on the situation.
Yeah.
For you, I get it. For you, I get it because you have a good, strong family unit, everything like that. Myself, I can go like a year or two without talking to my family. So, and I've done it before. I think it was like 5 years. So,
Wow.
yeah. I'm just not super close to my family. We care about each other. We love each other, but we don't have to fucking have constant communication. That's just, especially doing most of it's small talk, and it's just a waste of fucking time. It's like, how you doing? How you doing? And blah, 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 blah. Fuck that. No, I want to know, like, what things have happened that are bigger and everything like that. Like, if big things happen, yeah, we'll talk about it. But if it's just how are you doing most of the time, it's a waste of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's like it a lot of times too. It's like if you don't have like a common interest or even like things you like to do with each other. It's like, yeah, family's important. It's good to have good relationships with them, but it doesn't mean you have to spend every waking moment with someone just because they're your family. As long as you have like a good relationship with them and like you actually have like common interests, goals, kind of things like that.
yeah, I get that too. It's just, yeah, one of those things. Like I said, I can go on for hours on this. Your turn, sir. Your turn.
My turn, huh?
Yeah,
Oh
shoot the
boy.
shit.
Shoot
What's
the
happening?
shit.
And I know that kind of attacked you a little bit there. I know exactly a little bit the way he said that. That's why I was like, let's just change this real quick because I want to go deep on this one later on.
That's all right. Now, kind of going back where we were before, you asked me what I could do to kind of improve. Give yourself some relaxation. So this is something you don't do a lot, is give yourself like a mini vacation, a day. Let's say one day.
I
One
went to a
day.
concert for a day and a half. What else do you
Okay.
want me? What else
Well,
do you want from
but you
me?
don't
That
do
was
that
like,
often, though. How often do you
no.
take a day off, And you kind of need those reset days to refresh your mind. A day away
No.
from everything. Everyone
Um,
does. Everyone does. It's better to do that because then your outcome is going to be significantly better, improved.
you see, you think that, but for me, it doesn't work like that. Like, I slept, I think I slept 6 to 7 hours last night for once. Yes, I said for once. I don't really sleep that much, and I woke up and I'm just surprised. I didn't feel relaxed. I didn't feel relieved. I didn't feel like it was good. I was just like, first thing in my head, I looked at the time. I was just like, I wasted so much goddamn time sleeping. So yeah, it's just not how I'm work. Going away and stuff like that. It matters who I'm with. It matters what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people say like, going hiking is relaxing. I enjoy hiking. I do, but it better have some of these things of the view at the end of the hike better be fucking gorgeous. It better not be no simple ass fucking 2 mile fucking trek. I'll be like, this is a waste of fucking time.
No, no,
I
no.
like hiking. I like going. Let's go like 15 kilometers and fucking going to this fucking magical fucking waterfall that most people can't fucking make it to. Kind of things like that, going
I'm the
through
same
fucking
way.
trails. But yeah. Yeah, fuck you. I did sleep and it fucking did not work so well for me. I function better off 4 hours of sleep. I really do. That's just
Yeah, it's
how I work. And it's
opposite
been
for
like that
me.
for a while. I know. I can't. You said something about taking a nap one day. I was like, I look at the times like,
I don't take
how the
naps often
fuck?
though. Like I
How
really
the fuck are
don't.
you gonna sleep in the night?
Yeah, no, I don't. I rarely take naps, but I definitely need at least at minimum 6, and then at most 8. Because after that, then I do feel like, for whatever reason, if I oversleep, which I do a lot, I don't know why. I just like refuse to get out of bed for some reason, like on the weekends. But
Yeah.
anyways, um, you get out of the bed and then you feel groggy, even though you just slept for 8 hours. So you think you would feel refreshed and ready to go for the day, but instead it's like the opposite. So it's like,
You say you're gonna take a field of flowers instead of a random out of waterfall. Oh, you gotta take a picture for me. No, look, I get that, but the thing is, like, it's part of the thing for me is like it's not the destination, it's the journey. I need to actually work for it. 2 mile fucking hike to fucking see a field of flowers, it ain't shit. You know, go. I want to go like a big long trek and fucking actually have to like do a little scaling, things like that. Go off the beaten path. There's a trail there, but you got to work for it. Then see like this glorious fucking blue hole. Most
oh
people
yeah,
don't know what a blue hole is, but it's a spring. It's a spring and it's gorgeous. Flowers are pretty. Everything is untouched. It's not. No man's touched it. Basically, the whole fucking time it's been existing. That's what I love. And I am not. Wait, did he say handsome or did he not say handsome? I can't fucking see it. Slums. Let me get right back there. Oh,
for
yeah,
these
there you go.
mofos.
Look at these mofos. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm a retired mofo now. But yeah, he oversleep. Who oversleeps? Oh, you oversleep?
Oh yeah, Saturdays I'll go to bed at like 2 a.m. and then wake up at like 10.
That's 8 hours of sleep. That's an average sleep.
Hmm.
That's not really oversleeping.
And sometimes I'll go to bed like 12 and wake up at 10 too, though. So it's like,
Yeah. So 10 o'clock's your safe period, like when you wake up in case you oversleep.
yeah.
Yeah. I have nerve issues. You meaning I'm not walking no trail, I'll fall down. I mean, that sucks. But same difference is, wouldn't you feel more accomplished if you made it that far? Without the falling and
Hold
shit.
on, hold on. I kind of want to call her out on that.
Go ahead.
He needs to go to bed earlier, wake up at 7, 8 with me. You go to
Oh,
bed way late, so I don't want to hear that.
yeah. Actually, that's a good fucking standpoint. She's up usually sometimes when I'm still up, and she tells me I need to go to fucking sleep. But yet her sleep schedule isn't regulated. So how the fuck is she gonna call us out for fucking any kind of sleep anything? I
But
wouldn't
I'm
feel more
actually,
accomplished. Oh,
yeah. I would definitely wake up earlier though when I have someone with me. Like if I'm in a bed shared with someone, then I wake up earlier because I feel more incentivized to do things with someone. I'm more of like a person that likes to be with another person to do things. Otherwise, I'm just like, I'll just sleep. You do
yeah.
wake up regularly. You wake up at like 6. Regularly,
Regularly. That's where we're going
regularly,
here.
regularly.
And you're right, Kana. I don't sleep very much. I slept for 7 to 8 hours today, and I feel like shit. So yeah, that's why I don't sleep that much because I wake up regularly early. I wake up regularly early is, I mean, that's a good thing to have. That's a good thing to be able to do. But not everybody's built the same, and I'm coming to
It's
figure that
true.
out. Because let's say I did the 75 hard, and some people said like I don't think you're gonna make it. Your fiance's like, you're gonna do it just to fucking be petty. It's like a little bit, little bit. And then I got it done. There was other people doing other workout routines and stuff like that too, and they fucking fell off within the first week. And I'm just like, bro, why'd you even fucking try if you can't stick it out longer than a fucking week?
Creepy statement to make, babe. Thanks.
I'll give him some credit. He sometimes wakes up when I wake up. Sometimes I just watch him sleep. I mean, I got a question here. When you're watching him sleep, are you like doing the death stare watch? Or are you doing the enamored, like I can't believe he's mine watch? look like watch, or are you doing the wake the fuck up now watch? There's different levels to this.
I think it's depending on the mood she's in. So she's done way worse than just watch me sleep. So
Calvin said, I can roll over and go back to sleep all day. Fuck that. Fuck that. Go to sleep all day is fucking so wasteful to me. But that's just me. Death Stare and book. Okay, at least you have something to entertain yourself with. Don't bitch then. You know? That's all I'm saying. Don't bitch. You have something to do while he's sleeping. Entertain yourself. Or, let me just, I'm gonna be on your side right now, Savage. Or you can give him that wake up, that every guy really wants. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That was pretty much what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
That's the other thing she's done before. So
see, you know how to wake him up. It's just what effort do you want to put into it? That's all it is. How badly do you want him to wake up? Exactly. Just saying. I heard the statistic: a blowjob a day makes every guy happy.
I mean, that's not a lie.
That's all I'm saying. And 2, practice always makes perfect. I'm just saying. But that's just me. Next one. Let's see here. Fuck, I had something in my head, but then we went down the train of sleep and everything like that. Let's see here. You know what? I'm myself. I know I have a list of random fucking bullshit. Let's just go with that. Entertain myself. Fuck that. I'm able to wake him up. Sometimes I just want to see what happens, or if he's gonna roll around in the blanket for more, or off the bed. You roll off the bed, Doug?
No, I never fallen off the bed. I don't know why she said that. I'd wake up before I hit the floor. I have reactions like I wake up from extreme motions.
Let's see here. What is it that you've always wanted to do that you've never tried to do yet?
A road trip would be pretty cool. I've never actually gone like a cross country road trip.
Have you ever lived outside of your state?
Yeah, I've been outside of my states plenty of times.
No,
I've gone
lived.
Like, what do you mean? Like have a place? No.
Yeah, never.
No. So
okay,
I've been out of my state multiple times, but I never lived had like my own place.
Okay. So cross country road trip. That doesn't sound too bad. What else?
What would I want to do? I would love to learn how to sword fight. That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Sword fight? Like fencing?
Yeah, even just learn how to use a sword in general. Fencing's cool. My coworker learned that. You can learn that here, but learning how to just use a sword in general sounds like a pretty cool thing to do.
I get it. There's a first time for everything, and I'm a curious person. Look, just because you're curious, which I believe you used this on me before, doesn't mean you get to get all those aspects out. I get a sharp object if he does. If you get a sharp object, I'd say you get a bayonet. That way it's harder for you to stick yourself.
Yeah, I have plenty of, sharp objects in my room, so.
Yeah, but she can hurt herself with that.
Very true. Very true.
Miss accident prone herself. I had a friend that was accident prone too. I nicknamed her Glass. Her name on my phone to this day is still Glass. Because I swear to God, clear fucking room, nothing on the floor, everything's, in order. She can trip and fall in the air.
Damn.
And then break something while doing it.
I can be clumsy sometimes, but I have really good reflexes. So I tend to catch myself before, say I'm tripping over something. Like I'm not paying attention, I trip over something, I instantly catch myself. I never usually fully fall through with the fall.
I'm going to read this out. Hey, I haven't stabbed anyone with one of his objects yet. See how you said that? Anyone with one of his objects, and you said yet. So that means you stabbed somebody with a different object that you own personally or somebody else's own personally, and you said yet as in it's going to happen in the future. So, incriminating yourself much?
I mean, she has stabbed me with a fork because I stole her fries.
Over freaking fries, too. It's not even the good part.
It's okay. They didn't really go through my skin, so it's fine. I mean, she
didn't really use real effort then. I'd say she's half-assing it. I fall like a sack of potatoes. Look. If you fell, I'd probably laugh at first. Not gonna lie. That's just who I am. I laugh at other people's misfortunes sometimes, especially when they're stupid little ones like that. But then I'll ask if you're okay and help you up. If you were one of the boys, I'd try to help you up and then probably drop you back down on the ground, though. Just being honest. Oh, let's see here. What about you, sir? It's your turn.
See,
Y'all make me fucking sick with y'all's fucking romantic ass bullshit.
I want to see her respond to anything. That was there. Okay, there you go. I'm a cheesy kind of person. What can I say?
Super fucking cheesy.
Oh my god, crack my spine real quick. Okay, let's see. Why do you think? Let's say history has a kind of cycle. It tends to repeat itself. Why do you think it is like that?
Because they burn everything and they dictate it as it's not helpful or useful, and they fucking say it's taboo or horrible across the board no matter what. So nobody's going to read into it, nobody's going to want to unless they're actually curious or inquisitive. They're not going to try to look for it to understand it and see like the trends that go back and forth across the board. There's plenty of trends going on right now, but nobody fucking notices it. But it's fucking not my fucking problem anymore because I was like, cool, I'll prepare what I need to prepare for. I'll make sure I'm good. I'll make sure I don't have to worry about it anymore, and then just keep going about my life because it's not gonna fucking change anything because the masses don't fucking care in the first place. Everybody's so attached to fucking TikTok and fucking social medias and like what everybody else is doing to worry about anything else. Nobody worries about their fucking selves or their own livelihood.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, it's an interesting kind of thing. History has a way of repeating itself over and over. It's like we're kind of just stuck in a cycle that never seems to be broken. Because there's
Yeah.
always the claims that we're going to fix it, and it's going to get better, but even as times change, technology um, advances, it still kind of remains the same. It's just different objects repeating itself.
I don't like how she said that. I don't like how she said that. For everybody else that on the YouTube side that's trying to figure out what she said, I don't like how she said that.
Raider is going to have so much fun when he comes to visit. I'm take a hug.
I really don't like how she said that though.
Yeah, if you
I
didn't
don't
know,
know.
Raider is not much of a hugging person.
Unless I'm drinking.
Well, I mean, that
Then I'm
might be.
touchy. Then I'm touchy. I'm really touchy.
So,
But yeah,
get him a few
when I'm
shots
not,
in, and then a bear hug. Cool.
few shots my ass. It's more than a few shots, sir. Um, no, it's yeah. I don't really like people touching me at all. And one of those things is like, I don't know why it is, but people want to come touch my fucking face, and it fucking makes me crazy, and I just want
Your
to fucking
face.
snap off and punch everybody.
Any
And
particular spot on the face?
just my face in general. I don't like my
Hmm.
face touch at all. At
Hmm.
all. Even by people I love and care about. It's like a wince and then like go into punching. I'm like, oh no, don't hit them. So yeah. Which is completely hypocritical of how I used to be. I know Calvin, I don't know if you're still here or not. Calvin knows, like, I would go to the bar and I fucking would touch people and stuff like that. Not in an inappropriate way before it gets taken out of context. But hug them, like everything like that. And then I would do this thing with people when they fucking were annoying me or irritating me in any way, shape, or form. I'd lick their fucking face.
Lick their face, huh? Interesting.
Didn't care who you were. Didn't care if you had to see any other either, and they were there. I didn't give a fuck. I just like, no, don't be fucking dumb. And they just keep doing the dumb thing, and I lick their goddamn face. Fucking thumbs up. It's fucking great. Seems good. But yeah, I'm weird. I tell people like I'm weird as fuck. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm only like that with her, and I do it because it's the more comfortable I am with the person, the more goofy I get, and especially with significant others, like I boop her on the nose all the time, and she gets annoyed with it half the time, but I do it anyways.
Yeah, I get that. Yep, he loved licking their face. He did it to me. I did do it to you. Don't be fucking dumb. That's all I gotta say. Don't be dumb. Like we have fun. Like I've had a lot of fun at bars. A lot of fun. Too much fun too. But it's one of those things of he got a mouthful of beard when he did it. Yeah, I did get a mouthful of beard. It's okay. That's not worse than I think it was. Who the fuck was it? I think it was Randy. One day she was like being goofy as shit, saying she was like prodding me and saying, "You're not gonna lick my face," blah blah. And I grabbed her by her face and just went like this and all the way up. And then I forgot something. Key point here why I don't fucking think sometimes when I'm in public, especially when I'm drinking, of women wear makeup.
Oh yeah, so you just
Some women wear more makeup than others. Some women are really good at putting makeup on and doesn't look like they're wearing makeup. Randy was one of those women who did wear makeup, didn't know that she was wearing makeup. I did that. I instantly fucking regretted it.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. You say her name's Randy?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I never met a woman named Randy before. I actually work
Really?
with a guy named Randy.
Yeah, I know 3 women named Randy. All spelled differently too.
Interesting.
So one's with an I, one's with a Y. You know, it's just weird. So it's weird how they spelled like that. I used to call her Randall just to fucking do it. Because they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm going with my friend Randall," and they're like, "All right." They're like, "We don't know who Randall is." I was like, "Okay, cool." And they see her, and they're like, "That's." Then they do the fucking thing in their head. They're like, "Did that usually?" No, it's always been a female. And they're like, "Oh." Oh, and then she introduced us, "Oh, I'm Randy, blah blah." And then they get it finally. And they're like, "Oh, okay, okay." They got a little worried. They're like, "Is she one of those inorganic ones, ugly with or without? So who cares?" I mean, she was gorgeous with and without, so it's one of those things. And I don't know if you're talking about yourself or not. So I
Yeah, I think she's talking about
would
herself. So I was like, "That's why you're it's false." You.
have. It tasted yummy, didn't it? Fuck off, Calvin. It didn't taste yummy at all. I'm pretty sure at that point in time I was too drunk to care. Not gonna lie, probably was. But yeah, let's see here. What do you think? Where do you think my line's drawn in certain situations?
Your line is drawn such a way. You have to give me
Yeah,
examples because there's so
no,
many
I'm leaving that fucking open for you just to fucking
open.
produce it yourself, completely in your head,
Oh,
figure it out.
lines
You've
drawn.
known me for about 5 years, maybe 1 year gap in the middle of where I wasn't around, but go ahead. Your fiance cannot fucking help. Cause I'll delete that comment fast as fuck.
It all depends on the situation, but like
Like,
it
make the
depends.
situation up in your head.
Let's see. Well, I know you have a very compassionate side of you for children, like especially if it's kids. So for you, obviously, someone that's like a maps person, you would not like at all. You know what maps stands for?
Yep.
Okay,
Can't
so.
say that. That's why I kept every situation, every conversation away from those topics.
But yeah, those type of people, I know you wouldn't. That would be definitely something you would not. You would not give any leeway to at all. You just not accept it.
Absolutely not, man. I would.
And it's good reason. I wouldn't either. When it comes to other things, you are a very. You don't. It's very hard to cross your line. To be honest, you like to push boundaries. You like you said, you look people's faces when you're drunk. That's that yeah, it's your drunk side, but that is still innately somewhere within you, in your mind, that you think it's somewhat okay to do. um, in terms of other things, yeah, it's kind of hard to really crossing the line. Yeah, you definitely don't like two-faced people. That's definitely something you definitely don't like. So it kind of goes with what you were saying earlier, lying and cheating, but it's more of like, to go more in depth, it's like people that they say one thing and then they keep doing the opposite of what they're saying. Someone that abuses friendships for their own benefits, kind of abuse like people that are compassionate, such as yourself, where you are too kind sometimes to people and they'll abuse that. At some point, you're going to be like, all right, fuck you.
Yeah, it takes a while sometimes. It matters if I actually care about them or not. Because I go with those qualities of those redeeming factors because they can always turn it around. And I got to hear this speech every fucking time from your fiance. And she's like, "Are they worth it?" Because it keeps happening. I was like, "I mean, you're right." And then I finally fucking listen and do it. And it's like, cool, nothing fucking changed. So I'm fine without it. So. And wow, yes, wow, I did delete that because I told you no fucking cheating. But
Now,
go ahead.
Same goes for you. What do you think my limits are? What do you think anything and everything?
From what you portray or from what I know?
From what you know?
All right. I feel like and I think most people want to grasp this yet because they don't really know you yet or anything like that. Is you don't really have some lines, and I think it's funny because you go with the flow with so much, and you're impulsive a lot, and it's one of those things of, you know, it drives me up a wall, but you do it yourself and you come out on top, come out fine. I'm just like, how the fuck did this happen? And I'm just like, and I look at it all, I'm like, there's no way this worked out the right way. Like, let's go with like your job search, okay? And you're like, oh, I put in this many applications. In my head, I'm like, and you're gaming right fucking now?
Oh yeah, I mean I would take a whole day off. I'd spend like 6 hours one day just job applications, looking for jobs.
Yeah, and then it comes to like how much you care for your fiance because you don't give off that you know that demeanor at all, that you have a caring bone in your fucking body most of the time. If it's not your fucking game, what your show you're watching or anything like that, or what you're streaming. And then me and her talk, obviously,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then and she's like this. I was like, and in my head I'm just like, he fucking cares that much about something that's not this. And then she just says wow to me. He's like, well, I'm just like, it's not a bad thing, but I'm just saying what he gives off and what he cares about and things like that, how you look at it doesn't look like it. So I'm just saying, it's one of those things. And then, I see you get the snaps because she takes your phone and takes snaps with you and stuff like that. And her snaps, and I was like, okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
So, you don't show it all out, which is fine. I'm the opposite. If I have a significant other, it's fucking everywhere, no matter what. And everybody thinks it's like obnoxious, all of that. But if you're with me and choose me, I'm going to prove that you chose me and that it's not by force and that, it's not blackmail or anything like that crazy. But, it's that you chose me. I'm like, cool. I'm really proud you chose me. I'm really happy you chose me and things like that, So here's who I have.
Yeah.
But that's just
It's
who I am.
I can say the reason, one of the many reasons, not like the only reason, but a good reason is well, not a good reason, but the way I act, not just with, especially with her, but not the way you think. Oh Jesus. Um, especially with her, but I love her obviously, and I'm gonna marry her, but I'm a very codependent person. I'm not the type that likes to be alone, even if it's just someone in the room with me or hanging out. I don't even have to say anything. I just like having someone there in existence with me.
I could tell that.
And I am not like, I don't like to go out and do things by myself. I kind of find it weird. I find it boring. So it's like, but it's a lot more exciting for me, and then I can actually enjoy it with the other person. Could be a friend, or it could just obviously be with her. Um, and with her, it's even more. So I don't know what it is about me, but that's just how my mind is wired. That I'm very like a codependent kind of person.
And Calvin said this about you. He said 100% chill guy vibes.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Chill guy vibes. And your fiance said this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm independent as fuck. I want to call you out on that actually, I am going to call you out on that so badly right now. So, Miss Independent, question for you. Why do you come hang out if you're so independent?
Mm,
If you're independent as fuck, why do you come hang out? Why do you
interesting.
talk to people that aren't, your family or significant other than if you're super independent?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
independent. Oh, now she fucking gives the context with it. Look, you know me. If you don't put the context in and with it, I'm going to just say something. I'm independent as fuck when it comes to going places and doing things. You're my friend, weirdo. I make time for you. I get that. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying, if you say you're independent as fuck, it means you don't need nobody at all. So I had to fucking say something. I can't just let it slide. It's just not who I am. I don't ever let anything slide. I don't give a fuck if I love you or not. I just fucking say it. So, that's who I am, who I am, and I'll never change that for anybody. But yeah. Let's see here. Oh, good segue. Let's go do this. I forgot about this.
Typically, you're reading a book too when you're just relaxing by yourself.
Fuck, it didn't show the whole screen. Let's go full screen. There we go. Sorry, Twitch side, I can't see you right now. We're going to do this screen. No. Is that on it? No. There it is. That's it. Cool. We're going to see us. New merch we have out. Links in the chat on the Twitch side. I'll tag it in the YouTube side in a second if you want it. But yeah, Mr. Savage, just logical, and with the join the raid on the back. It's not bad.
I do like it. It's nice.
Yeah. Did a little tip of the hat on the tag. Let me see if I can get a close up on it. Tip of the hat on the tag. Is this one it? Damn, this one isn't it. Fuck. Let's go back one more. And then since everybody likes to call me a goddamn bully, yeah, okay, they all have it. Okay, cool. I just couldn't tell. There's a little logo in the tag of the original Join the Raid when we started this back up. Just a little nod to the past of ourselves. And then Terry is a bully. And then we put a little description here because, everybody likes to say I'm a fucking bully for some fucking reason. What's up, Hack? How you doing, dog? But yeah. And I did one for Savage too, Miss Savage is always logical, and this just tells you most of what you need to know about him. We take a bit of his family history, Native American. I put that in there. So nobody fucking says anything. And blend it with Join the Raid flair. There we go. But yeah.
How are you going to be... You don't have a penis, all right, babe?
Who the fuck said they're going to be Mr. Savage?
Babe, or Satan, possibly.
Technically she could have a penis because nowadays you can just buy it all,
That's not...
That's all I'm saying. Women have the choice to, do whatever they want. Oh my god, I fucked up.
Put on the shirt, it says I can.
Oh my god. They can buy them all. They have variety colors, they have functions and things like that our fucking dicks can't do.
Actually, there was a question that someone made. It was hilarious. She said, "Why are all dildos circumcised?"
Honestly, it's a good fucking question. It is. Why? Because look at it. Not all dicks are circumcised. That's all I'm saying. They're not all. So why is it, all, why are all dildos, replica penises, things like that? Why are they all circumcised? What about the guys that aren't circumcised? What about those people? Why aren't they represented the fair way? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, they need to be, but I'm saying, why aren't they? Are they saying circumcised men are the best? Is that what they're saying? I just want to know. Look, I don't know if any females besides your fiance are in the chat right now, because let's be honest, my female demographic is fucking at 2% across the board. So I don't know how the fuck can get this answer.
Extra parts to
clean. I don't think it's a good idea, extra parts to clean. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you gotta think about things like that, I have an idea in my brain now, and now I won't.
Well, tell us.
So they have blow-up dolls, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have these nowadays, realistic-looking animatronic kind of dolls, robot sex dolls, whatever you want to fucking call it,
They're up on the trend now, yeah.
Is it morally okay? Because, if you look at the, the date of age of their production, things like that, is it being one of those weird people to want a sex doll that, moves and everything like that? Or is it okay since, obviously the people that do have these dolls don't want to socialize, or they just don't have a way of communicating properly to attract anybody, things like that, Is it okay to do that? Is it numbing people to, the real thing? The porn industry did, with, everything across the board? Because you used to, find a nudie magazine and you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Now it's fucking everywhere on the internet. It's on fucking Instagram openly. Everybody, all the women that do that, and even some of the guys do it. They're like, oh yeah, they're fucking thirst trap across the board, everything like that. And then you look at it, you're like, oh cool. There's a link directly to their page, to their, OF or Fansly or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because when somebody fucking messaged the Join the Raid Instagram the other day, He's like, hey, I like your stuff, blah blah. I want to know if we can collaborate. I was like, cool. I went to her page, saw her that. I was like, I don't know. I thought it was like, it was one. So I was like, let's look at her link tree. There's an OF link tree. There's a Fansly link tree. I'm like, I don't know if I can take this person seriously or not. Like, I would like to have their standpoint, of course, but I don't know if it's the right time for that. Because it's all about timing and things like that. But I would like to figure it out. And we're doing good, puppy. How you doing, man?
Good to see you, puppy. Yeah, no, it is interesting. Like you said, it kind of numbs people, and like you said, it could be their first case is they can't really woo a woman or man, whatever they prefer, or whatever other significant other, into a relationship because they don't have that kind of ability to communicate or their attractiveness, or they don't have money, etc. So they go to their next best thing, which is a animatronic kind of thing, or they just don't want to deal with it, so they get something that they want for satisfaction, and it's quick and easy and efficient. So they're like, you know what, that's all I need. Is it weird? Personally, to me, yes, because I don't like robots like that, or animatronics or like dolls. Those are just, to me, it's just weird. I need like the passion to it. So,
but what if they can program that into it?
Then that's it. Again, it's still,
because
it's like a
ones and
fantasy.
zeros, man, are one of those things of I don't know if you saw Westworld before.
Yeah, that's Westworld, but we're far from that. It's kind of like a recent movie was Megan Fox. It was, what was it called? But she was a robot, and the guy was married, had a wife and everything, but ended up having sex with Megan Fox because it was there and it happened. And it got weird though because she became like a serial killer. Either way, it's still, as much as it, like, if you can add like that personality quirk to it, it's still just weird. It's an it. Yeah, that's true. It is an it.
But like I said, if they go to that point of like, if they, let's say like Musk said, you know what, I just want to fucking see if it works, and it does, and they have like these robots and things like that are conscientious and like somewhat, or seem conscientious, because we don't know how the conscience actually fucking works yet. We don't know if it's actually built into us or things like that. It's things from your life of learning and growing and everything like that. And then, it has its own like little pre-programmed personality, and then, it has a way of learning on top of that.
Yeah.
And let's obviously put in fail-safes that says it can't kill or murder before anybody goes that route. Okay? But what if and it came up to you and you didn't know?
You didn't know you didn't know it was a robot.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a, again, this is all hypotheticals because this hasn't happened yet. It probably will happen within the next 100 years, maybe even 20 years, because technology is rapidly evolving, and that's not the only thing that AI and robots are going to be used for. It's going to be used for many things.
I think of it like, espionage, things like that across the board.
Oh yeah, easily. But in terms of that, it will be more difficult for people to discern the difference between the two.
Yeah. Yeah, just I would say it'd be interesting. And then I think it'd be a little bit crazy of the reveal of that,
Oh yeah.
How do you, like, let's say you get close to them, attached to them, like they actually come off to be a personal, being empathetic and there for you through hard times, things like that across the board. What is it going to be like when they reveal, oh, by the way, I'm a fucking robot? And you just look at it like, fucking what?
Which, I mean, it'll be good. At least they'll tell you, because it is interesting too. Are they going to be able to procreate, reproduce, all that kind of stuff?
I mean, they're in the works right now doing procreation without fucking sex and everything like that, like in fucking incubator, things like that now.
The
Like,
incubators, yeah.
it's just like, just take the cells that you need to take and then put it in there. Like, and then my head's like, could that actually potentially be a productive way of cloning? Let's say like certain individuals that could fix certain things in this, the world because of their mindset and how they operate.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do you mean procreate without sex? Why? There's plenty of reasons why the natural male nowadays sex drive is kind of below average, and the will to want to procreate is below as well because of everything going on in the world. How everything's happening across the board. Most people don't want to bring a child into the world, now because it looks a little fucked up. But it is what it is. No, it's not just about the enjoyable part. It's just in general, like being able to birth children and things like that. Because
Reproduction. Yeah.
let's say like the male population or the female population just cease to exist. Like one or the other cease to exist, and then how would you have more children to carry on everything? Let's say like everything in the world's fine, but there's no more women or men. How would you populate anymore? Or do you just decide to just die off?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's like trust has become far and far less as time has gone on. Men are kind of hesitant to get married and have families with women now. A good portion of American society is like that because they now fear that, like, divorce rates are so high that it's going to cost them everything they have. So they don't want to deal with that. And then, obviously women have their own reasons not to want to get into relationships. So it's like both sides are having issues. And then that's going to lead to more issues down the line where it's going to be like a lower population because they don't want to reproduce. And that's why like the alternative means might be made where, like you said, like the pods and stuff like that might be made so people can have kids without actually reproducing with each other. You just get the samples from each side, genetics, the sperm and the egg, all that stuff, and then go from there.
Yeah. We're gonna put this on the screen because I got a statement for this one. Pushing watermelon size jars, pushing watermelon out of a small jar size hole doesn't sound pleasant. Yes, doesn't sound pleasant, but people do it all the fucking time. Natural births. Also, there's also cesarean, aka C-section. If you don't feel like going that route, excuse me. But yeah. And Calvin on the cloning. It's gonna be too long to get the whole thing, so I'm gonna have to read it all. Oh yeah, I got the whole thing. That's a dangerous route to go down with cloning. I'm sure you've seen all the negatives that can happen in TVs and in movies and TV shows. I mean, it can be, man. It can be, but the same difference is I'm one of those people that want to know, you know, what if they're raised in a good nurturing environment too that both stimulates their brains and teaches them empathy and care. Like, would that be so wrong? You know what I'm saying? There's lots of things that can go with that could be like used to navigate it the right way. Will it happen? Probably not, because most people like to poke and prod at things when they have those kind of powers and saying like, let's make it see what happens when we do this and put it in this situation instead, and put this one in this situation instead. Like compare and contrast instead of just let's just put it all together. The good, the bad, put it all together and see if we can get a good outcome of it. That's the only church that goes through all 7 layers of human and expects them to be up walking and taking care of a baby later. Fuck that. Also sounds unpleasant. Oh, you're talking about C-section.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't have plenty of people that fucking can take it like a champ. They did it like a champ and fucking still kept going. They didn't bitch about it either.
Yeah, it all depends.
It also depends on the person. Majority of people nowadays are kind of weak ass bitches across the board. And I said it. I don't give a fuck. Because they care about what people think. They care about what anybody looks at them in a way, and they don't fucking care about themselves and what matters, like their livelihood and things like that. So it's one of those things. Is it my turn or your turn? Oh, it's your turn. It's your turn.
Is it?
You're glaring at us both. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck is your glare gonna do? You're fucking states away.
States away.
God damn. What the fuck are you gonna do to me?
Jeez. My turn, huh? My turn.
Sure.
If you had to get rid of one emotion, which emotion would you get rid of?
Say which emotion what?
If you had to get rid of one emotion, which emotion would you get rid of? Say all humans just get rid of it, like it doesn't exist anymore. Poof, gone. And
I probably have to go with.
explain why.
God damn you. Hang on. I'm a visual person too, so let's see here.
Depression.
I wouldn't get rid of
Probably.
depression, honestly. Honestly, I think I'd get rid of envy because, to me, I don't think jealousy has a place in a successful, progressive society across the board. Because if you're jealous of somebody else, it means you're either going to try to take it or find a way to slide it through to fucking make it your own. I don't believe anybody should be jealous of anything. Um, you know, take out envy and leave everything else
No,
because shame is actually needed across the board because people think shame is like you did something shameful. Shame is also the fact of you realizing that you lost a relationship or you fucking failed at something, and that the shame goes with that too. And you need that to project yourself forward to say, don't want to ever be here again. But yeah, I think that would be the one that I think needs to go. What about yourself?
emotions. I going through the same thought process. It pretty much be the same thing. How you explained it is pretty well put together. It's very logical, very accurate. You don't
Yeah.
want jealousy in a successful society, and not even just society, but in like your own personal life. Jealousy can never do you any good. You're never going to get like a positive outcome out of it. It's only going to put you in a negative mindset. And I've come across that multiple times myself. Like I'll catch myself being kind of jealous, and then I'll stop myself and be like, no, stop thinking it that way. Take a step back, and then reevaluate the situation to get a better perspective on it.
Okay. What, and I'm gonna kick myself in the ass for even missing the same chance someone asks now. What has been a case of you being jealous in any way, shape, or form? It doesn't have to be current. It could be like in the past.
Oh, I can easily answer that. I've seen successful people on Twitch that I personally don't think they deserve to be successful, and then I kind of compare it to myself, and I'm like, why are they so successful compared to me when I know that I've tried harder than they have? And then I bring myself back and say, no, stop, don't do that, because it's not a good thought process to have. It's not going to give you anything in the outcome. It's not a good outcome to have, not a good thought process to have. Because then it just kind of takes the fun out of being a streamer itself. And then also it's like that's not what you're there for. You're here for a good time, and yeah, you want to be successful, but you don't want to be looking at other people and then comparing yourself to other people's success, because you don't know what they've gone through. You don't know, the situation could be very different from what you think it is. So like where I said before, it's like, oh, I think that they don't deserve it, when in fact maybe they did. Maybe they worked really hard to where they're at, etc. Stuff like that.
Yeah. So for people that find success in something you're doing, um, do you ever realize that nobody gets the backstory behind it or of how it happened unless like they were actually actively a part of every step of the way? It's like, people who look at what I'm doing across the board, they see me like always doing something, but they don't know what it is because I don't share it because I don't believe anybody deserves to fucking know it. Because not only do people end up sniping somebody's idea, they share it with them randomly, you know, they fucking will emulate it across the board once they find out there's success in it. So, it's just one of those things of what are you fucking grinding for? What are you doing it for? It's like if it's for like, to get noticed, then most of the time you don't get that if you're telling everybody what your plan is. And so that's just it. What do you mean by that, Satan? You say I know it,
Mm.
I know what it is mostly, but I don't understand a lot though, but I figure it out kind of. What are you talking about exactly? I need context, you know me. But yeah.
That's pretty much why I would rewind myself in a sense and take a step back and then direct myself in a different path to not think like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know I say there's no point in having envy and jealousy and things like that. I do understand why people have it. I do, because I used to be a very jealous person back in the day. Like, I was jealous of like close friends at times because they've had these relationships, just relationships in general. Like a significant other that's always there for them, everything. And like, not just, there for them, but they were actually supporting them in a full out way in what they were doing, what they wanted to do. And I caught myself like, I try to treat everyone very fairly, very well in some aspect across the board. And I give as much as I can, especially in a relationship. I try to give every fucking thing, but I always get, cheated on, left, things don't work out right. And, I look at it as like, what's wrong with me? I look across the board at that, and I sat down with a couple people, and they looked at me like, quit giving them so much. Like, I was like, why? It's like, make people earn something of it, because if they just know you're going to be this giving person the whole fucking time, nobody's going to fucking take it seriously like you actually want to be there. They just think, oh, he's giving me everything I want, so I don't have to do anything. So I was like, I agree with that. So, just kind of make it go back and forth like that. But, it was hard to understand that and listen to that, because for me, it was one of those things of, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, fucking raid. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. What were you doing? Oh, thank you, Cash, for the raid. I appreciate it. None of the alerts are on right now because we're doing the podcast right now. But yeah. I hope Black Ops 6 was good for you. I don't know if you're playing Warzone or multiplayer, but yeah, thank you. But where's that? Yeah. Myself, like I said, I caught myself being jealous across the board of like my friends, everything like that. So I fixed that and realized, like, you know what? I'm not gonna be a jealous person. I'm gonna make sure I'm there for them across the board, everything like that. And then two, nobody knows what goes on behind the scenes when those doors close.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Yeah.
And so I didn't see the fact that they sat down with each other and talked almost weekly about what was bothering them, what was helping them, what was, good and bad across the board. They actually stated what they didn't like about something. And they didn't do the whole, you gained weight. They literally sat down and said, I'm having a hard time grasping this, that you've gained weight, and it's not your fault, but it's me, because I'm the one that's affecting. They didn't use you comments, which is great. I love it when people state that they don't use you comments when they're talking to somebody, especially they care about. That way they don't get self-defensive or feel like they're being attacked. So it's one of those things. But yeah, I just want, like, that's one thing I always aim for. And I know, and I'd be realistic about this. I tell your fiance this all the fucking times. Like, I don't think somebody's actually meant for me, because of how I am and how I carry myself across the board. I always expect progress no matter what in any aspect of life. And a lot of people can't line up to that across the board, because everybody thinks it's a high standard. To me, that's like the middle ground, because I don't feel like everybody should just be complacent. Because if you're just complacent, what are you doing with your life? Like, if you're happy there, I get it, but if you're not actually happy with every aspect of your fucking life across the board,
yeah,
why aren't you trying to make it better in some way, shape, or form? I'm not talking about, oh, I need to have $1 million car, this, that, and third. Like, just in general, like, this, the normal person, where do you see yourself? Like, if you see yourself in this situation, how do you get from here to here? Where do you navigate it? What do you change about yourself to make it better for yourself? And then two, look at yourself in the fucking mirror. Do you actually enjoy looking at yourself?
yeah.
Do you say, I'm good enough for me? If you don't, then, do something about it. And I'm not
Because
talking about doing plastic surgery bullshit. I'm just talking about just what you have within your means. Do
yeah,
something about it.
the room for improvement. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you just have high standards. That's not high standards to me. That's just the middle ground, man. I don't have high standards of really anybody. Like, everybody thinks that I expect so much of them. See, majority of the time I just expect some kind of effort in some way, shape, or form. That's just it. And I think it's funny that people misconstrue that with a high standard. Because for me, anybody that's still with the podcast, it's just, do you actually attempt like that? That's it, fourth and foremost. We'll go back to some people that everybody keeps wondering, how do they have such a high position in the Discord, this, that, and the third, when they're not here, but they're doing shit behind the scenes, and all I have to do is call them or message them, and it's done on the spot. It's not like they make me wait a month or a week, because I'm realistic on that standpoint. It's they have something going on, say, hey, I'll get it back to you this date, and then we touch base, and they already have it done. It's like, oh, cool, thanks, man. And we go back and forth like that. We help each other across the board like that. So yeah, I don't have high standards, but JR, yours aren't extremely high either, man. Like, no matter what you want to say, they're really fucking not. Your standards are be honest. Don't stab me in the back. If you're gonna say something, you do it. That's just it. I don't do shit. He said, I'm putting this on the fucking board now. I don't do shit, but if you tell me I can go off my leash, oh, dog, I'm fucking running.
Jesus.
Look, JR, I don't see a situation where you ever have to be off the leash, honestly. But there are some that might come up eventually. But that's why you, Jimmy, Calvin, there are certain people in place in case something fucking like that happens. That's just how it is, man. I prepare, but I don't expect to have to use it. But it's one of those things. But yeah, there's my tidbit. Since we're talking about emotion, fucking let's just do it. You tell me I have to not be belligerent. Yeah, I tell you don't have to be belligerent, because it doesn't show you for who you really are across the board, no matter what. You are actually a really wonderful fucking person. It's just the fact that you come off as a very prickly fucking cactus a lot of times. And I know why you do it, and I do not fault you for it at all. It's just one of those things that you'd have to... I don't think you gauged your initial yet. You sound like my pop. Who sounds like your fucking pop? Hey man, when people deserve to be called a fucking idiot, it's not my fault. I mean, I get that. It is what it is. I believe holding people accountable and everything like that is a good thing. And me? How the fuck do I sound like your grandfather right now?
I think she means her dad.
She said pop. Is that your dad? Like, I don't fucking know.
Boomer.
I'm not a goddamn boomer. I'm only 35 goddamn years old, man. I'm not a boomer. I am not a fucking boomer.
Y'all had to guess my age. Right down in the comment section. I want to see if anyone can actually get my age right. Besides you,
Your
babe,
age?
don't. Yeah. Because I doubt Petty Bill's going to get my age.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know people that are your age. JR 31.
Yeah, there you go.
That's pop. He's passed, but I already know. I told most of them. Oh yeah, that's true. We do know mostly know your age, and I have you on Facebook. I can just do that. I already know. Kyle, you talking about his age? Yeah, Parsifal 32. It's not a bad guess, dog.
There you go.
Let's see
32.
here.
About to be 33, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he is. What is we were born the same year, so yeah. Oh yeah, y'all are younger than me. I keep forgetting that a lot.
69, I win. Oh my god, Jaden.
69, I win is great.
Nice. Just kidding.
Yeah, you ain't 21. Nice try though. Where's a moment you think you've expected? Words are hard. That you experience shame, actual shame. Yeah.
Kind of when I actually gave up college, I would probably say there. I would say shame right around there. Didn't know
How
what
long ago was that?
That was a long time ago. 2012, I think, is the last year I did it. No, 2013 is 2013. It's
He cannot
2000.
be 12. He wouldn't be here if he was 12.
No, 3. No, 20. Yeah, where it's 2013. There we go. So last year I went to community college, and I kind of just gave up on it because I didn't know what to do. Still, I mean, shameful because I couldn't decide on what I wanted to do. So I guess there would be probably like the shame I had in life.
Okay, excuse me.
Still in high school in 2013. I mean, I
Damn
was.
youngin.
I mean, I am a few years older than you, babe. So makes sense.
For me, I think the last time I felt shame,
Mm.
I think it had to be a couple weeks ago because I poured like everything into writing a fucking episode and just seeing the results of it. You know, seeing it as like, cool, I fucked up. I did so much for this and just fucked up some way, shape, or form. And I don't see it as a bad thing now. At the time, I was looking at it as like, wow, I put so much time into this. I actually did extra. I went above and beyond on this.
Mm.
And it just, nothing came of it. And then I think yesterday I looked at the analytics of it and it went up. And I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Mm.
And I looked at it again and I got access to the Apple Podcast side of it to look at the analytics. And I just saw it all skyrocket. I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, interesting.
I was like, I didn't understand it because I looked at the Spotify side of it and it shows me my analytics across all the platforms there, but it didn't tell me specifically which one's which. I was like, I don't get where all these people are coming from. So I went through Sunday and trying to figure out access to those dashboards, everything like that. And then I look at it and I was like, Apple Podcasts. I was like, do I know people that use fucking Apple like that? And then I went through there and looked at it as like, cool, because US has been usually my lowest territory in any kind of demographic across the board. And that's where all the US people were. They're using Apple Podcasts. I'm just like, that's fucking crazy.
I don't know anyone that uses that, so that's interesting.
Yeah. It's just, I think it's funny. I was like, I don't promote an Apple Podcast at all. I don't promote any
Yeah.
aspect of it. But every aspect is it on everything. So yeah, it's on everything. The Dronery podcast is on fucking every aspect of everything. Even the little bitty podcast things that I can't remember their fucking names because it's just people who like independent podcasts. It's even there. So I thought that was funny. I was like, okay, I have somewhere to go for doing everything I need to do. So yeah. Other than that, it's like, I've lost jobs before, and you feel shame after you lose a job, especially when it's your fault or not your fault. It doesn't matter which way, you still feel a little bit of shame because it's a failure. Any kind of failure come shame comes with it. And it just matters what you do with it from there. I used to always look back at it and say, I shouldn't do this again because I fucked it up. And then I just said, you know what? I'm going to fucking try it one more fucking time and do it some way, shape, or form differently. And just let's shake it the fuck up. Let's do it fucking different. Let's do something weird. Let's fuck it up. Let's figure out what we want to get out of this. Let's get our biggest bang for a buck for this. And I did, and it turned out way better. It's like, cool. So, it goes back to that saying that, Rome wasn't built in a day. So I like, all right, cool. Try this again. Let's keep going over and over again because I don't know how many failures they had in building up Rome the way they did at the time when it was magnificent. So, I just keep going that way. And I just put that into everything I fucking do now. Some of the older episodes are going to come back around again because I feel like there could be more. There could be so much more given to it. But that's after looking back at it and realizing that, I missed this. I should have said this. I poured everything into it at the time I had, but I missed something.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get back there. But yeah, it'll be your time, sir. Or actually, anybody in chat too. If you have a fucking question, fucking shoot it. It doesn't matter what it is. We'll answer any fucking thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, any questions you have, please let us know. Could be any topic, anything. The randomness could be movie related or music related, anything. we talk about it all.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. What is your movie
Movie
nerd?
nerd.
I
Oh
am a
my
movie
god.
nerd, so
He
there's
is.
that. What is your favorite type of humor, or like jokes, comedy? What do you think is like your top thing you like to indulge in?
Movie wise, it's weird because it's like older rom coms, because they were a little bit funny here and there. Then like just friends joking around. I like dark humor, I like racist humor. I like things like that that literally everybody fucking cringes at. I like all that. Some regular jokes are good too. It just matters how they delivered across the board. But I'm more keen to dark humor across the board. You know, go around. There was like, "How are you today?" So I'm alive. So I didn't get to go be a Mississippi wind chime today, and guess dreams don't come true. And some people don't fucking like that. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. It's funny. It's just fucking funny. But is what it is. Yes, he did get his treat. He got lots of treats today, by the way. Blue, I
Nice.
saw it. But yeah, uh, I enjoy dark humor more than anything else because I believe that you have to have a certain amount of intelligence and not give a fuck to land it and to say it and to perceive it without fucking being secondhand offended. Because I'm getting so tired of people being secondhand offended, man. Somebody made a fucking funny, and I mean fucking funny joke, black joke, and I died laughing, and somebody got upset about it, and I'm just like, and I looked at them like, what the fuck's your problem?
Mm.
And they're like, what do you mean? Like that's offensive. I was like, to who? We're not hurting anybody. It's a fucking joke. Nobody's getting offended but you. It's like, here's the funny thing. Yeah, I'm fucking black and I'm laughing about it.
Yeah.
And you get offended on my behalf is fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's
It's always
true.
the people it doesn't pertain to. Yeah, it is. I'm just looking at it like, what the fuck, man?
People are pansies.
Yeah.
That's true. It can be, at least. Yeah.
But that's
No.
just go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish your
But
statement.
that's just fucking what pisses me the fuck off with people. I'm like, that's one of those things where it comes into time, like, mind your goddamn business a little bit, or if you're in a group of people that makes those kind of jokes and you don't like it, state that before anybody fucking starts talking.
Yeah.
In general. And two, you're around people that are military vets, trauma victims, things like that across the board. Usually they have fucking the worst dark humor and fucked up sense of humor ever. And usually you let it fucking fly. No matter what. So, just fucking either ignore it or say, I don't feel comfortable with it, and then excuse yourself because nobody's responsible for how you fucking feel. Only you are. Especially if they're not doing anything harmful to you.
Yeah. Um, I've been getting into a lot of Kill Tony lately. I don't know if anyone knows who that is, but it's hilarious. Basically, he lets people come on for like a minute, do a joke, and then after either bombing or doing good, regardless of the outcome, um, they have an interview with the comedian, and it's just always hysterical what they talk about and what they do. But you can always tell the good comedians from the bad people, and I think that's a big factor into like dark humor is how you portray the joke, how you present the joke. You can either come out flat and people are going to look at you like, what the fuck? Or people are actually going to enjoy the joke regardless, even if, like you said, Raider, where you're enjoying, black humor or like, dark humor. People are going to, as long as you portray that joke in a good way, um, it you'll know the difference. And like earlier in the stream, I made that joke with the Pokemon.
Yep.
And people, you're giggling at it because it's like, yeah, it's kind of true, so it's funny, and
I'm just saying.
you can tell that obviously I wasn't being really serious about it, but it's still kind of true. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle make him crack up then, huh? Yeah, Dave Chappelle was fucking great back in the day, man.
Oh yeah, he's still
Great.
even good today. Yeah.
Man, their life is so boring. And then wait, why the fuck does it not pop up over here?
It
Okay,
is
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, man, their life's so boring and uneventful that they don't see any other choice mentally but stick their nose in other people's shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking. I mean, it's true. It's one of those things, you know. That's just it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't see a need for allowing other people to, you know, to defend me or anything like that across the board. Oh, that's why I got flagged by YouTube. Gotcha. Yeah, you said the word shit. uh,
That's funny.
yeah, it's all good though. It's all good. It came through here. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And let's do that. There we go. Yep. Now it's not flagged. Cool. But I get that. People like to stick their nose in other people's businesses across the board all the time. It happens all the time. I'm a nosy bitch. I'll fucking say it. I'm nosy as fuck because I like to know the tea. I like to know what's going on. I don't want to do anything with it. I just like to know it because it's just free entertainment for me. You
Mm.
know, it is. But and then I think about it as like, if they're open to criticism to help themselves out, I'll say something. But if they're not, then I don't worry about it. Most people really aren't, so I just don't care. But it's funny. Oops. No, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. It's like I said, I fixed it, so you don't gotta worry about it. But yeah. Let's see here, Satan. I know you're in the chat. Shoot a question.
Shoot a question. Yeah, it's interesting because earlier today too, while I wait for the question, I kind of not really dealt with it, but it was like you said, like the secondhand people being offended, and that happened with me earlier with being Native American because someone did said something, and then I was like, oh, it was someone wearing the Pocahontas costume for Halloween, and people were saying, oh, that's very offensive to the culture, and I was like, I'm Native American and I don't give two shits. You know what I did care about? It was like when they changed the Redskins name. Why? Because the actual name was a tribute to an actual chief of a tribe, and they decided to take it off because they thought it was offensive. Didn't even do the research. So it's like you guys are being idiots, and then you are pretending to be offended for a different group of people when it's not your nothing to do with you. So
Oh yeah.
that's like where I can see that's where it's annoying. So it's like you said, secondhanded people being offended for other people's cultures or race or whatever when it's nothing to pertain to them.
Yeah. Calvin said that tea be nice. The tea does be nice sometimes, man. Look, the tea is so nice sometimes, man. There's so much shit across the board. That was something late. What was something lately that made you want to crash out? Both. I have another too. Okay, cool. So they don't let us have nothing. They don't let us have nothing. It's fucking
Speedy
great.
Gonzalez, that's
They
crazy.
don't let us have nothing. Yeah, they don't let us have nothing. Just like they wanted to get rid of Speedy Gonzalez and Looney Tunes. Yeah, I never understood that. Like that actually was a tribute to Mexican culture. Yes, some people, like small dynamic group, will say it's offensive. Funny thing is, that group that says it's offensive aren't fucking Hispanic. That's why I think it's funny. I enjoy Speedy Gonzalez. But to Satan's question, what was something lately that made you want to crash out? Both of us. I have another one too. Okay. God damn it. You had to ask me. I gotta fucking find a way to word this so I'm not actually targeting people. God damn it.
Something lately that made you want to crash out. Trying to think. Honestly, it's been seeing people just being dumber and dumber, doing like the craziest things that just logically to me don't make sense. So it makes me want to crash out because it has no logic behind it.
Yeah.
So it makes me want to crash out half the time when I see people doing the stupidest of things.
I mean, sometimes it be that way, man. It's just you gotta let it go. You can't put yourself in that position to let it
Yeah.
affect you. You know, I say that, but I'm a hypocrite on that because I see some people do some dumb shit a lot, especially like across the board. And I'm just, I get worried a lot for what they're doing. And I don't know what I can possibly do to fucking make it right on that standpoint. But we just keep moving, just keep it moving, keep pushing.
Oh, yeah, because at the end of the day, you can't really do anything about it. Like you see these people do these things daily on videos or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's not worth your time or effort or energy because you can't do anything about it. You're not going to be able to change that person's mind. You're not going to be able to change the way they're doing that shit in life.
Yeah. So something that made me crash out recently. I think it's gonna be Jesus Christ. I crash out a lot. I crash out a whole fucking lot,
I try
man.
not to, so that's why I just brush
You
things
try not
off.
to until you start playing a video game. So I think it's gonna be. How do I word this so I'm not targeting people? I think it's gonna be when I hear people complain that nobody comes to their streams because I see the fact that they're streaming, they make good content, they are proactive with their chats across the board, but they don't do anything with it. They don't try to engage with other people outside of their own little circle. They don't try to reach out to different avenues to figure out who's there for them and who's actually willing to try to support them and get their content out there.
Mm.
And I talked to him about it and I asked him, so, did you try, going to, this server over here? They're very supportive. If you can find a way to, talk to them and intertwine with their community a little bit and figure out, if it's a good fit for you, and then put yourself out there and see if that works for you. And they said, fuck that. Why would I go over there? I'm just like, you wanted to find a way to get bigger and get more eyes on you, so why don't you try this?
Yeah.
You can't do everything by your fucking self as much as you think you can because other people did, but when most of those people did it by themselves without a real community and thing like that, streaming and stuff like that wasn't like well thought of as a fucking career choice. So what are you gonna do? Like before I started streaming, I did the research of figuring out everything. I figured out, okay, cool. You got to have an average of this to have, any sort of standpoint on what's going to get bigger, what's going to make you grow, and things like that. Just simple analytic trends. That's basically all it was. And then, how do you get affiliate? How do you make money off this? Just in case I want to lean on this for a little bit. So you do that across the board, and you look at it, and you say, okay, cool. I can do that. I can do this. I can't do this, and you figure out what works for you. A lot of people aren't like that, and I think it's funny. But it's not that big of a deal. It's what you want to do with it across the board. So yeah, that's what made me crash out earlier. What was something that bothers you both personally, even though you try hard to hide it? Does anyone see it? If so, do they confront you? I think it's going to be what bothers me most. It's obvious to me if you're in a VC and not talking. I don't even try to fucking hide it anymore. I don't fucking try. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if anybody gets mad about it or anything like that. Cause I'll yell it like I did earlier. It's like, why the fuck are you in a goddamn voice call if you're not gonna fucking talk? Things like that. But I understand if you just need somebody there or something like that, but fucking state that. Don't tell me your life story. Just fucking say, hey, I just need somebody to be around, stuff like that. And then, we're cool. I won't expect anything like a conversation or even like a snippet of like, hey, how you doing? I'll be like, all right, cool. You're good here, just vibe. But if they're in the voice call and they don't say something like that, I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to like poke and prod at them because I don't like sitting on a voice call by like to fucking hear nothing. Like I'm not there for that. I'm there to have conversations. I'm there to try to figure out something different, try to, have a different point of view across the board. That's all I want. So yeah, that's it. What about you?
Something that bothers me personally or irks me. It's like almost like a pet peeve that I have. Is when someone accuses me of something I didn't do, especially when they feel so confident about it, and then like I know I didn't do it, and it irks me so bad. Like when someone just like they like accuse me of doing something I didn't do, like I'm not like did nothing wrong at all, and then they come at me like that. It pisses me off. That definitely is something I don't like at all.
Okay.
It's happened not on like I don't think anyone's really done it in like Twitch world or anything, but in my life, in real life, it's happened a few times. And I've definitely like snapped at them, like, "The fuck did you just say to me?" And they're like, "What?"
It happens, man. I find that being accused of stuff doesn't really matter. It matters how you interact with it and actually how you go about it across the board.
Yeah,
Do you do something about it? Because if you do something about it, then they're gonna be like, all right, he's a little too all over the place with this, and he's reacting too much. Like something's really wrong here.
yeah,
And then if you don't do anything about it, they look at you like, does he not give a fuck? Things like that. I'm known to react. I know I am. Even when I know I shouldn't be. So it is what it is. I'm accused of things that make me giggle. I mean, yeah, it's not that bad of a thing. I think it's funny because you get accused of so much shit across the board that nobody can nobody can stop you from doing what you do. It's just all word of mouth anyways. That's just one of those things. Like, do you react to it initially? Yes, do you react to it initially, or do you just let it go and just see what happens? A lot of times I do let it go and just see what happens, see what comes out of it. Sometimes it just matters how ludicrous it is. Like how stupid, like, this guy did, like, so this guy did all these fucking drugs, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, cool. Not that big of a deal to me.
yeah. Something like that. That's more of like a yeah, like you said, it's kind of like goofy, outlandish. So you're like, yeah, that doesn't really make sense. It's more of like something that can makes you look like a like because like yeah, as bad as drugs are, that's on you entirely. If you do like drugs, that's your personal decision, sure. But if it's more of like a thing that could potentially harm someone else or affect someone else in a negative way, that kind of annoys me. That will irk me the wrong way if you like claim that I did something to do something else to someone else or something. I don't know why it does, but it just irks me the wrong way.
I get that. That makes sense. And pop shots. Oh, dude, I'm doing good.
Doing good, man. Good to see you.
Yeah. And it depends on the day, to be honest. But normally I like to observe. I mean, yeah, that makes sense for you. That makes a lot of sense for you. Wedding planning. That do be a thing. That do
Mm,
be a thing.
yep.
But it's not that big of a deal. I do the opposite. What brings you joy besides video games, movies, animes, stuff like that? What brings you joy?
Yeah, we kind of explained it a little bit earlier, but I do like going outside, believe it or not. Like on a sunny day, I love the sun. It makes me feel nice. Like getting those sun rays on your skin, getting that vitamin D. So I like going on hikes too, especially like that. A nice sunny day with a nice hike. Go for like a nice. And I don't usually like going on the same like same trail. Like if I've been on one hike, then I usually try to avoid it unless it's a really good one. There was one I brought Satan to last time she was here because it actually is a nice flat straight path, and what's connected to it that makes it nice is it's like a nice little ravine, and it has a bunch of turtles in it. So you see a bunch of cool like little animals around. People bring their dogs and stuff like that. It's a nice long path, but it's straight and pretty calm and quiet. Just nature. It's nice. But I definitely like going out and in the sunlight and relaxing.
Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice. I think the thing that brings me joy the most is actually going to the gym and going on walks with Apollo, and getting to sit down and talk to people more than anything else. I know people say I'm not really a people person that really deal with me lately, but from the past, people that know from the past know that I enjoy being around people. Whether that's one on one or groups or anything like that, I do enjoy it. I just don't like big groups most of the time. That's just my thing now. Like how I am now. Like it's not a big thing. You know, cut out the drinking, stuff like that. Therapy. Medicated, and I just don't. I don't find a need to want to be in those big crowds anymore. Like unless like the concert I went to like a month or two ago, which that's fine because it was a little chaotic, but it was maintained order in the chaos, so it wasn't horrible.
Get what you mean? I get that. Too big of a group can kind of take away from like enjoying it. Like a big family gathering to me sometimes could be a little overwhelming. It's like, okay, there's too many people. Let's back up a little here.
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right. That do it for this. We're not doing a sign off. Actually, we are going to do a sign off. Next week, we're going to be talking with Randy again. Randall, the book author of Lucky Literature RPG book.
Nice.
It'll be on a Saturday. And the next couple will be on Saturdays. I know you're going to miss one of them because you're moving. So
Okay.
it'll be fine. But he wants to do the whole dynamic catch up thing since it's been like a 15-year gap in us and figure out some stuff and talk about some interesting topics on top of that. Yeah, so next week is going to be Saturday, and I think it's the first. Yeah, the first. So the first, we'll be doing the podcast on Saturday. So Satan, sorry, but your Saturday got stolen. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, we're going to have a great time. It'll be interesting. Add some new dynamics that myself that I didn't want to be brought up, but you know, it is what it is. We'll do it. But yeah, I want to thank you all. Have a good night.